Okay, we're going to look at the calculus questions from the November 2020 paper 1 exam. We're going to start off with calculus like they always do with first principles. You know, the way that I do it in class, I think maybe quite a few teachers do it in class, is they start with this equation that you write down, the derivative using first principles is the limit of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. This is the change in y, and the little h on the bottom is the change in x. And what the derivative is, it's telling you the gradient when the change in x becomes infinitely small, when it becomes very little. Okay, so that is um, the formula. But I think I like what they've done in the memo in the exam, is they start. Let's figure out f of x plus h minus f of x. Let's figure it out first, so we don't have to keep writing limit of h plus as h approaches zero. And I think it's a good idea. First, f of x, well, we know what that is. Let's see what f of x plus h is. Well, f of x plus h means you take x plus h and you put it in for x in 2x squared minus 1. So you've just got to square x plus h, and it's always x squared plus 2xh plus h squared when you do FOIL on it there. In the memo, they make a little mistake and put a 2 there. They didn't mean another 2 to be there. You multiply it out and you get this 2x squared, 4xh, and 2x squared, uh, and then there's your 2hx squared, and there's your minus 1. Well, there's f of x plus h, and what we have to do is subtract those two things. So that's just exactly what they do. They take f of x plus h, and then they take away f of x, and you see what you get is 2x squared minus 2x squared, and the 2x squareds are gone. And minus 1 and plus 1. So those minus 1 and plus 1, that's 0, so it's gone. So f of x plus h minus f of x, that's equal to 4xh plus 2h squared. Well, now you write down your formula for the derivative that's given in the formula sheet. Instead of f of x plus h minus f of x, we write 4xh plus 2h squared. Then factor out your h, and then the h's cancel, just a little bit of algebra, and now you're ready to do this last part, this last question. What the derivative is, it's a limit. The limit of this thing when h becomes infinitely small. Well, if h becomes infinitely close to 0, the gradient will become infinitely close to 4x. So the 2h falls away, and you just have a 4x there. And that's first principles. And that's the question they gave last year. And so it's one where you really want to make 5 marks because it's just not that hard.